Hello gamers, before we actually get into the video, let me just make sure that you guys understand that this is completely my opinion, and I don't think that any of these guns are bad. Some of them get a little bit too much praise for what they're worth. I'm not saying that any of them are bad. Actually, most of these guns are pretty good to use. Just a little bit of a warning. Make sure to watch till the end. If you enjoyed this, please drop a like and a sub. Let's get on with the video. Coming in at the number 10 spot, the reason that this is number 10 is because it is still a very good gun, is the Vector. Yes. Ooh, I actually got somebody there. Yes, the Vector is a really strong gun. I have 850 kills with it, but people tell me that this is the best gun in the game by far. Like, it's a decent gun, dude, but it's not the best gun. Dude, the Vector is so broken, and it's the best gun in the game, and so good, and just, it's too good, and it needs to get nerfed. And like, no. The Colt SMG is kind of a better version of this, except with the 9mm, and then with 9mm, it's kind of a little bit different in terms of use than the Colt SMG, because this is something that you can actually use in long range, but it's weird because the 9mm Vector doesn't really hold up the same as the Colt SMG does in CQC, because it can't even 3-hit, and the 45 ACP Vector only has 25 rounds, and people are always like, oh, make an extended mag. The Vector actually has an extended mag already. Yeah, the regular capacity is 13 on 45 ACP and 19 on 9mm. So both of them actually have extended mags. But the 9mm Vector, I would say, is better than the 45 ACP Vector, but it can't 3-hit, so. but obviously, just because this is an overrated gun doesn't mean it's not a very strong gun. Which I'm just happening to pop off with all of a sudden. But don't be fooled by everybody spawning in and just dying from me with this gun. This isn't the best gun in the game. Stop saying it is. That's why it's getting the number 10 spot and not the number 1 spot. It's overrated, but it's still really good. So next up is actually going to be another kind of hot take. This is the AK-47. This has hollow points on it, which definitely makes it really strong. But holy, I see everybody being like AK-47 best assault rifle as well. Not everybody, but quite a few people. But a bunch of people are like, AK-47, this is the best gun in the game. The regular AK-47, which everybody's usually talking about, because I don't see much talk of the hollow point AK-47 that can 2-hit limb. People are like, this is so good. It's the best gun in the game. But like I said, this is also a really strong gun, so it still gets the number 9 spot. But yeah. This gun has some recoil. Not only a lot of camera recoil, it actually has a lot of spread, so. Yeah. And we're dead. Coming in at the number 8 spot, this is another one that also is a really strong gun. That's why the first few on this list are not like actually bad guns. This is the MG3. Oh. Holy. The MG3 is basically like, hey, let's make a fast shooting gun with controllable recoil that has a 50-round drum, but let's make it the most inconvenient thing to use in the entire game. This is with a very good recoil reduction loadout and me pulling down. If I didn't pull down, or if I didn't have like full stock in stubby grip, so yeah, I'm shooting pretty high up, but the reason that I'm actually hitting things is because I'm pulling down. And I'm pretty good at like actually controlling this thing's recoil. As you can see, it looks like it has no recoil. But that's just because like I can pull it down and then it'll kill people. Like I said, this is another gun that people say that this thing is super unbalanced and everything, and I say only the suppression is unbalanced. It's basically like what I thought for the M60. Even though the M60 was super broken before, I really only wanted a suppression nerf, nothing else. So you're gonna actually kill this guy. Nope. Yeah, it's very inconvenient to use, and it's not like there are other guns that kill people at ranges better. And in CQC, you may as well just use the Colt SMG. Like, what? Colt SMG is way more convenient to use in CQC. That's why it gets the number 8 spot. Next up on this list, something that people might not think is very fair. It's the A12. This gun is still very overrated, even after its nerf, which actually the nerf made it a lot like worse. I still see people talking about how this gun is super broken, and it's not. In CQC, obviously, it's full auto, so it's going to be super strong. In terms of like pellet spread and RPM and everything, this is actually kind of worse Saiga 12. Yeah, it has a better reload, and that's pretty much the only upside of this thing, and it's automatic, but it actually shoots slower than the Saiga 12, has less bullets than the Saiga 12, unless you put the 20-round drum on it, and it's just not that strong. I'm probably not going to be able to use this because it's on Ravid. We're not going to get that many kills. On like Bazaar, yeah, this is going to kill people, but only because it shoots in full auto and it's a shotgun. That's the only reason. It's like not actually statistically that good. So yeah, we're probably just going to move off of this one. You know what the AA-12 is. You've seen it before. We're actually going to move on to the next one. I do not like this gun at all. It's the HK-21, but this is not a good gun. This is a bad gun. Like, you know how guns in this game don't really have a lot of recoil, right? They kind of just go all over the place. Well, this thing isn't recoil plus. Look at this. That is impossible to control. Yes, it has 100 rounds. But this is just such a bad gun, and I see it used so much. I'd actually rather use the M60, even the nerfed M60, over this thing. I don't like it. It's not good. Yeah, if it didn't have the recoil that it did, it would be super OP. Because it can 3-hit super far and 4-hit all ranges. It's a bad gun. This is not a good gun. This is a bad gun. It's basically just like, unless you're a foot away from somebody, and even if you're a foot away from somebody, this is the hip fire recoil. You see this? And you might be surprised by me saying that this gun doesn't really take skill. It doesn't have a skill ceiling because you can't correct the recoil. You just kind of shoot and hope that it hits somebody. Just shoot in somebody's general direction, and it's like, well, you didn't hit him, sorry. It is not a hard to use gun. It's an easy to use gun because it has such a big mag, but you can't, there's no skill ceiling because there is no way to control the recoil. You just kind of like let it do its thing. It's stupid. Next up, you might be very surprised by this one, but I've seen people in chat asking many times if they should pre-buy the M79 Thumper. The Thumper, dude. The Thumper is awesome. This is a good gun. Yeah, it can do this, but the Serbu shotgun will do you much better. I don't care if this thing has the ability to maybe kill farther. This is not a good gun. This is a bad gun. And yes, I've used it in videos, and I do really like this gun because it's so stupid to use, but it's overrated because it's not good. I tend to like guns that are bad, and this is a bad gun because my monkey brain likes guns like the SFG, the BFG, and the the Thumper and the Stevens DB, because I have monkey brain, and my monkey brain thinks that guns that only shoot one bullet but can kill people are really fun to use. I'd say that this gun isn't a bad gun, but as reliability goes, it's only got one bullet. It's basically as reliable as an SFG 50. What the heck? Oh no, I just hit like 30 pellets there. Number 4 on this list is actually going to go to the HK416. Yes, some people are going to crucify me for this, but the HK416 is a decent gun, but not an amazing gun. People say that this is genuinely like the best gun in the entire game. Hands down, nobody can argue with it. Everybody who says that this gun is amazing is very toxic. Like, they're always toxic, and they always get angry at you if you don't praise this, like this gun is a god, because it's not. First off, the recoil pattern sucks. I have a compensator and a full stock. It should not have that much recoil. Second off, yeah, with hollow points, this thing is objectively way better than with any other ammo type because it doesn't lose its 5-hit, and it gains a 3-hit to like 60 studs or something. But most people use like AP or 223, and those ammo types, like, they are just not good. Yeah, and you get slightly more RPM than the M16A3, but way worse recoil. And yeah, if you use 223, you don't even get an extended mag with this, but the 223 ammo type doesn't actually have that big of a downside. Like, in terms of shots to kill, it technically doesn't. People use 223 on this, and AP doesn't make any sense. Well, I guess it kind of makes sense because you couldn't even 3-hit in the first place. And it also has that 300 blackout conversion, but that lowers your RPM. But if you use hollow points on this thing, it does make it just objectively better in every way, which is really stupid. I hate how it has 24 minimum damage that allows it to run hollow points without losing shots to kill, because that's super stupid and not balanced at all. However, even with hollow points, this isn't actually like a super crazy gun. I have 920 kills with it, and so I would know. You know, everybody's main this at one point or another, you know. Best gun in the game or whatever people say about this thing? No. It's really, you gotta stop saying that this is the most OP, insane, best gun in the game, dude. It's really not. Pew 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 pew. Whoa. Monkey brain. At the number 3 spot is actually going to be the SFG50. I talked about this in literally like yesterday's video. This is my favorite other gun, and it's super fun to use, but it's overrated. It's a pocket BFG, but it is statistically worse in basically every way to the BFG, so don't say that it's like, oh, it's just a better BFG that's a secondary. No, it can't even torso kill ranges, dude, and it has way less muzzle velocity. Yeah, this is just, it's a fun gun to use, but it is a bad gun to use. Do not use this gun, dude. It is a bad gun. It is a poopy gun. I'm not even gonna go into this one because you can watch yesterday's video and get a better, I guess, idea of what it is. But now we are on the number 2 spot. Number 2 spot is actually gonna go to the Honey Badger. The Honey Badger is basically just kind of an M16A3, but kind of meh. You can't put a barrel, well, you can put a barrel attachment on it, I guess, but then you lose your suppressor, so then there's no point of using it. You can't do the cool 223 rem trick. It technically does slightly more damage in CQC, but that doesn't actually affect shots to kill at all. And it has a lot of like first shot recoil. But the crazy thing is, people, it's the same thing as the Vector, where they don't realize that this is like a gun that was good maybe 3 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago, and isn't really good anymore, but they still say it's like, this, I praise this, this is my god, this is my god of guns. At least the HK416 is actually pretty good. This is just like, just kind of meh. Now we're on to the number 1 gun. What did you think it was gonna be, huh? Did you think it was gonna be anything other than the BFG50? If you thought it was gonna be anything other than the BFG50, what are you talking about, dude? I originally thought of giving this to the HK416, or maybe something else like the Honey Badger. Honestly, you can't top the king of the overrated guns, the BFG50. Again, this isn't a bad, okay, well, it's kind of a bad gun. It's basically the worst sniper in the game. I would say it's like second worst sniper in the game, maybe third worst, because it only has 1 bullet and it shoots very slow because it has like a 3-second reload time. So basically you can shoot like 1 bullet every 4 seconds. And yeah, it can torso kill ranges, but it can only limb kill to like 50 studs. The TRG is almost better in every single way because the TRG can have 6 bullets, shoots faster, and can torso kill to like 220 studs or something, which is very solid, and basically has, I think it has faster bullet velocity than this does. The intervention is also kind of just better because yeah, I shot that shot. If I had the intervention, at least I have the SFG as my secondary. You're not going to end up like popping off with this thing because it just shoots too slow. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope I didn't like hurt anybody's feelings too much. Just because your gun is overrated doesn't mean it's a bad gun. It just means that it's like, in my opinion, overrated. And like I said, it's my opinion. The BFG does have some good stuff going for it, like it has 10 studs of pen and really high muzzle velocity. Oh, I just hit markered that guy from there. What the heck? I mean, it's a fun gun to use. I have a lot of fun using this gun. Get out. What are you even using? C7A2? Get out of here, dude. Oh, I need to stop. I need to stop just playing with guns constantly at the end of videos. But yeah, this is going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.